to the Hickory Christmas Show this weekend at the Hickory Metro Convention Center. Tickets available at the door or online at hickorychristmasshow.com.
I'm Ralph Mangum here on the WHKY News. Let's take a look back at a few of the top crime stories we had for you during the week of December 2nd through the 6th. 45-year-old Anthony Gene Embley Jr. of Atmore, Alabama, was arrested on November 30th by troopers with the North Carolina State Highway Patrol on a felony warrant as a fugitive awaiting extradition to another state. He is wanted in Escambia County, Alabama, for enticing a child to enter a vehicle, house, etc. for immoral purposes and 2 counts of sexual abuse. Following his arrest, Embley was jailed in Catawba County without bond. The first appearance in district court was set for December 2nd in Newton.
25-year-old Anthony Allen Blanco of 5th Avenue Northeast in Hickory was arrested Saturday by Newton police. He's charged with felony breaking and entering with intent to terrorize or injure, along with misdemeanor counts of assault on a female and simple assault. Following the arrest, Blanco was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility without bond as he awaited a Monday district court date in Newton.
60-year-old Betty Catherine Wilfong of Section House Road in Hickory has been arrested by Hickory police on charges of felony possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting a public officer, and failure to appear on counts of speeding and driving while license revoked. Wilfong was jailed on December 3rd in the Catawba County Detention Facility, where she is being held without bond. A district court date on the cocaine charge was scheduled for December 4th in Newton, with another court appearance set for December 16th. 50-year-old Michael Orlando Linebarger of Taylorsville was arrested Monday on charges of felony larceny, fraud, obtaining property by false pretenses, and a pair of probation violations. Linebarger is on probation as he serves an 18-month suspended sentence following a misdemeanor larceny conviction in September of this year in Alexander County. He was placed in the Alexander County Detention Center following his arrest under a $40,000 secured bond. A first appearance in district court is coming up December 4th in Taylorsville. 51-year-old Christopher Michael Kirtley of Stanley, North Carolina, has pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. Kirtley, who was a coach and computer teacher at South Point High School, was charged in July of this year in connection with incidents that occurred in Lincoln County. In Lincoln County Superior Court on December 3rd, Kirtley was sentenced in 2 separate judgments. He received 2 25 to 90-month prison sentences, suspended for 36 months of supervised probation, with a 120-day split sentence in both judgments. The second split sentence was deferred pending a 6-month review. Kirtley received credit for 120 days he spent in jail in the first case. If his probation is revoked, the sentences would be served consecutively. The judge ordered Kirtley to have no contact with minors less than 18 years of age. He's also required to register as a sex offender for 30 years. And the Granite Falls Police Department is investigating 2 separate larcenies from a business that occurred on December 2nd and 3rd. Police are asking for the public's help in identifying the individuals and vehicle in the photos shown here. Anyone with information should contact Sergeant Travis Bentley, 828-578-8220, or travis.bentley@granitefallsnc.gov, or call Lenore Caldwell Crime Stoppers, 828-758-8300. Crime Stoppers tipsters may be eligible for a cash reward.
A Morganton man was charged with statutory rape. 24-year-old Jamie Rodriguez Lopez of West Union Street in Morganton was arrested by Morganton Public Safety officers. He's charged with felony statutory rape of a child 15 years old or younger. On November 8, 2024, Morganton Public Safety officers received a report of the alleged statutory rape of an individual 15 years of age or younger. The investigation revealed that Jamie Rodriguez Lopez had allegedly engaged in a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old female. The suspect was arrested and charged and incarcerated under no bond at the Burke County Jail. A district court date is scheduled for December 12th. Anyone with information regarding this case should contact Investigator Bess at 828-509-3645. 54, and Alexander County Sheriff's Office deputies assisted United States Marshals Wednesday in arresting a fugitive wanted in the state of South Carolina. 20-year-old Peter Daniel Ferguson was apprehended on charges from Lexington County, South Carolina for felony criminal sexual contact with a minor and felony first-degree sexual solicitation of a minor. Ferguson was jailed without bond in the Alexander County Detention Center while awaiting extradition to Lexington County. I'm Ariana Mack for WHKY.
The suspect in this case is a Morganton resident. He was charged following a pair of searches conducted by Morganton Public Safety. Police report that they found pornographic images on a device owned by the suspect. He was being held in jail in Burke County under more than $100,000 bond. 33-year-old Rudolph Conradi of First Street in Morganton was arrested Wednesday by Morganton public safety officers. He's charged with 5 felony counts of third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor and 1 felony count of possession of a stolen firearm. On November 12th of this year, the Morganton Department of Public Safety Criminal Investigation Division received a report regarding child pornography possibly being at a Morganton address. Officers served a search warrant for Conradi's residence and seized several electronic devices. During the search, a stolen handgun was found at the residence. Conradi was charged with possession of a stolen firearm and was placed in the Burke County Jail under $7,500 bond. An additional search warrant was executed on a cell phone possessed by Conradi. It was processed by the State Bureau of Investigation, and explicit sexual images of juveniles were reportedly found on the phone. On Wednesday, the sexual exploitation counts were filed against the suspect. Conradi's bond was increased to $107,500. He had a Thursday district court date scheduled. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to contact Investigator Bess. The phone number is 828-509-3654. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
A Catawba County jury found a 34-year-old Brittany LaFay McCleve of Conover guilty of involuntary manslaughter. She was charged in connection with the death of 34-year-old Donta Broome in 2021. McCleve was initially charged with first-degree murder. McCleve was sentenced Thursday to serve up to 36 months in prison. She has been held at the Catawba County Detention Facility for more than 3 years and was granted credit for time served. She is no longer listed as an inmate in Catawba County. Donta Broome was shot and killed at his home on Lyle Haven Drive in Conover in September of 2021. McCleve and Broome's 2 children were at the home at the time, according to court documents.
On Thursday, December 5th, North Carolina Insurance Commissioner Mike Causey announced the arrest of 39-year-old Bradley Lamar Armstrong of West Highway 150 bypass in Lincolnton. Armstrong is charged with embezzlement, conversion, common law forgery, and common law uttering. All 4 charges are felonies. According to special agents with the NC Department of Insurance's Criminal Investigations Division, Armstrong, a bail bondsman, used $400 of a bond premium payment for his own use and embezzled $6,074 in bond premium payments from Allegheny Casualty Company, the holders of the bond. He also forged receipts and other paperwork related to the payments. The incidents occurred on February 12, 2022. According to the arrest warrants, Armstrong was arrested Wednesday, December 4th, and released on a written promise to appear. He appeared in Lincoln County District Court Thursday, December 5th.
Authorities say that they found videos and images in the defendant's library depicting children as young as infants and toddlers being sexually abused. The defendant admitted to authorities that he accessed the dark web to download child pornography. 29-year-old Jacob Elijah Kilgore of Boone has been sentenced to 8 years in prison and a lifetime of supervised release. The sentence was imposed on Thursday. He was charged with using the dark web to transport child pornography. The announcement was made by Dina J. King, U.S. Attorney for the Western District of North Carolina. Kilgore was also ordered to register as a sex offender after his release from prison. According to court documents and evidence presented at the sentencing hearing, in February of 2023, law enforcement determined that Kilgore was using the dark web to share over 150 videos and images depicting the sexual abuse of children. A forensic analysis of one of the hard drives seized during a search of Kilgore's apartment revealed that it contained an extensive collection of videos and images of child pornography, with a running time of more than 66 hours for the video files and approximately 55 gigabytes of storage space for the image files. On December 8th of last year, Kilgore pleaded guilty to transportation of child pornography. He is in federal custody and will be transferred to the Federal Bureau of Prisons upon designation of a facility. You can get more details on this case at our website, WHKY.com. Reporting for WHKY News, this is Rob Eastwood.
24-year-old Nicholas Enrique Salucio Jacinto of Morganton has been arrested by officers with the Morganton Department of Public Safety on a felony count of breaking and entering with intent to terrorize. He was also charged with a misdemeanor crime of domestic violence, driving while impaired, no operator's license, and an open container violation. On December 6th at about 2:20 a.m., Burke County Emergency Communications took a 911 call reporting that a female's ex-boyfriend had broken a window to gain entry into her residence on the 400 block of Burkemont Avenue. There, he assaulted her in the presence of her children. Officers responded to the residence after the suspect fled the scene in a white Jeep Grand Cherokee. Arrest warrants were issued for the suspect, who was identified as Nicholas Enrique Salucio Jacinto. About 30 minutes later, an officer saw a vehicle matching the suspect's description traveling on Burkemont Avenue. The officer attempted to follow, but the driver turned onto a side street in an apparent effort to evade law enforcement. The vehicle ultimately stopped at a dead end on Rhine Street, where Jacinto was taken into custody. Due to the domestic nature of the charges, Jacinto was jailed on a 48-hour hold. His first appearance in district court was scheduled on December 6th in Morganton. 48-year-old Heather Lynn Hopkins and 36-year-old Darrell Thomas Harmon, both from the same address on the Turnersburg Highway in Statesville, have been arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. They were both charged with possession of methamphetamine, maintaining a dwelling for a controlled substance, possession of marijuana paraphernalia, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver meth. Harmon was also charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. At about 7:30 p.m. on Sunday, November 24th, deputies assisted probation officers with a search of the suspect's residence. During the search, meth, marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and multiple firearms were found. Hopkins and Harmon were taken into custody. Hopkins received a $25,000 secured bond, while Harmon was held without bond due to his status as a released offender. Both suspects will appear in district court on December 10th. Hopkins has an additional court date coming up on January 8th.
A Lenoir man was arrested for possession of a stolen firearm. 37-year-old Andrew Lee Escalante of Lenoir was arrested Thursday by Caldwell County Sheriff's officers. He was charged with felony counts of obtaining property by false pretense and possession of a stolen firearm. Escalante was jailed under $25,000 secured bond in the Caldwell County Detention Center. A district court date was scheduled for December 9th.
And those were just a few of the crime stories we aired during the week of December 2nd through December 6th. Look for our weekly crime roundup every Saturday on our YouTube channel, where you'll also find our top stories, the crime report, local sports, and community focus. I'm Ralph Mangum, and I thank you all for joining us.